Hi everyone, my name's Paula Smith and I'm an independent demonstrator with Stampin' Up. And as a Stampin' Up demonstrator, I have the pleasure of introducing to you and encouraging people in the magic that's found in paper, ink, and stamps. Today we're going to talk about Paper Pumpkin. Paper Pumpkin is your one-stop box for creative success, no matter your skill or experience level. Paper Pumpkin subscription kits are designed for anyone who wants to quickly and easily achieve beautiful handcrafted projects anytime, anywhere. For a beginner stamper, the planning and preparation is done for you. You have pre-cut pieces and step-by-step instructions. As you grow more confident in your skills, you'll find yourself creating alternates to the kit instructions and flexing those creative muscles. You'll get a new project every month and enjoy an ongoing crafting experience that will keep you creating and learning. Now, about a week ago, I shared with you the unboxing of my March Paper Pumpkin kit. I know it's sad that this kit's no longer available, but I want you to see the possibilities that are waiting for you each month. And there's still time to subscribe for the April kit, which will begin mailing on April 13th. Let me start with the 3 cards that I made from the March kit following the kit instructions. All of these pieces are available for you. The only thing that you need that is not in the box is a pair of scissors. Everything else is included. So these are the cards that I made according to the kit instructions. But of course, I wanted to also do some others. So let me show you those. I made this. I made this cute little card. This uses the pieces that were in the kit. I also made this one. This one uses some an embossing folder, which if you're a beginner, you may not have, but there's still plenty of things that you can do. I also made a cute little bookmark for my granddaughter who loves to read. She's always looking for bookmarks. And then I made this one. This one, I'm going to show you how I made it and so that you can see what happens. So let me put this aside. And I'm going to bring out, we're going to start with Pear Pizzazz cardstock. It's cut at 5.5 by 8.5, and it's scored at 4 1/4. Now, I like to use my bone folder because when I fold it, I like to make sure I get a really crisp, clean edge. I've also cut 2 pieces of white cardstock, 5 1/4 by 4. One, let me bring that other card back. One is going to go on the front behind this stripe piece. One is for you to put in the middle. So the first thing we're going to do, you'll notice that on this one, I also used a die. This is part of our Stitched So Sweetly set. It's becoming one of my all-time favorites. Love the rectangles, the scallop rectangles, and these are perfect for very bold sentiments. But if you're a beginner and you don't have that, don't worry about it. You can cut just a piece of white cardstock to 2 15/16 by 4 1/8, and it will work out just fine. Now I'm going to show you how I stamp that. We're going to use, in your kit, you'll have a stamping spot for basic gray. I'm using my full size just because it's what I have right here. And we're going to stamp this. And we're going to stamp it, as you see, we're going to stamp it a little off center because we need to have room for this. So we're going to stamp that right about there. Just hold it up for a second and lift it up. Now, we're going to do the greeting, which says, no matter the weather, we're in this together. And that's a perfect sentiment for now. So we're going to do that. And then I'm going to nestle this in this negative space right here. There you go. Okay, so that is stamped. Now, part of this, I told you last time when we were together on YouTube, that a lot of times when the envelopes are pretty like this and they have these liner type look to them, I like to use these as a layer. So what we're going to do, we're going to take your pick tool This is your take your pick tool, and we're going to open this envelope up. Doesn't matter if it's a little ragged because we're going to throw that part away. But we just open this envelope up. Move out. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to cut. I'm going to bring my paper trimmer in. A good paper trimmer is an essential part of your crafting process. It'll help you get better results all the time. Now, let's see. Okay, first thing I'm going to do is cut this flap off. So I just want to line it up. Here's the opening. I'm going to line it up so that I take just the underneath the colored part. And take that off. And that is gone. Now, I want a straight edge. So the first line that gives me a straight edge is this one. So we're going to line it up. I'm going to keep the straight edge at the bottom, and we're going to line this up in the middle. We're going to cut that off. Nope, I went over too far. It'll be all right. Now, I'm going to go up to the top so I can use my straight edge again. I'll have to stand up for this so I can see what I'm doing. Excuse my head if I get it in the shot. Okay. Once again, if you're seeing the back of my head, I apologize. Okay, so we got that cut off. Now, I'm going to want this to be 5 inches. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go 5 inches. I'm going to do 5 1/8. Cut that. The reason I did that was just, I think I'm picking up a little bit of the crease that was in that envelope, and I don't want that. So I'm just going to take a little bit off of this edge, 5 1/8. Okay, so now I have this piece of paper that was an envelope that I can use on my card. I'll move this out of the way. Now, you'll notice it does have a crease in it because it was part of an envelope, but it doesn't matter because we're going to put it on the card and we're going to cover it with twine. No one will ever know it's there. So now I need to trim the, oh, put this away too soon. So now I need to trim this. It's going to be 5 by 3 3/4. So I'm going to trim that down. That didn't take much. And now we have this. So what we're going to do is we're going to take this part, snail adhesive, and we're going to adhere this to this. Now, I probably tend to go overboard with my snail, but if you want to use less, that's perfectly okay. And then we're going to center this. And then we're going to center this on one of our 4 1/4 by 4 inch pieces. So we're going to take this and we're going to do the same thing again. Now, we're going to take our twine, because you see, if you look, you can see that little line right there. It's not going to be a problem. I'm going to take some of our twine. I'll leave enough to get a little bit of a bow. I'm going to wrap it around a couple of times. Now, I will tell you, making bows is not my strong suit, but we will do the best we can. And excuse my Barbie Band-Aid. I needed a Band-Aid this morning, and with 2 granddaughters, that's what was in the house. Okay, let's see. I have a bow. I want it a little up to the top. Hopefully I'll have enough to make my bow. Whoops. This is actually better than it used to be. So like anything, the more you do it, the better you get. So I know that's hard to believe, but this is actually the improvement. Now, let's see. Well, that didn't work. Let's try this again. Having this Band-Aid on doesn't help. There we go. So now I have the bow. What you usually are going to want to do is just, you know, play with it a little bit to get it the size you want. I think that loop's a little big, so I'm going to pull it in a little bit. And then when you get it the way you want it, just give it a little tug. And then you, where am I? Oh, my paper snips. We're going to just cut some of these tails off like this. And there you go. Like I said, you can probably make a better bow than I can, but we're going to move it over until it covers that crease. Now, you cannot see it. Another thing that I told you about in the other video was that this originally looked like this. All of these were together on one piece. You can see I cut the green ones out for that card. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut the yellow ones out because I want more of a contrast. I might cut the terracotta. I think I'll cut the last ones off. So you just have to take your scissors, trim them away, and then trim this away. Now, I'm going to trim a little bit off this side so that it matches the other side better. If it doesn't bother you, don't worry about it. Okay, so now we have our boots. I'm going to take some dimensionals, which disappeared. No, here they are. I spend more of my time looking for things on my desk sometimes than I do creating. That's just part of the process. I'm going to put 2 dimensionals on here. This way your card will not only have some texture, it's also going to have some dimension between the layers and this. Now we're going to put this right here. Now we're going to take this. I hope I'm staying in frame, y'all. Make sure when you're putting it on that you have it oriented right. Ask me how I know. Okay, and now we're gonna line this up, center it, and pop that down. Isn't that cute? So we've got that done. Now we're gonna do the inside. For this, I'm still gonna use the basic gray that was in the kit. As soon as I find it. What did I tell you? Okay, this is, I know I had it. I just did. Here it is right here, buried underneath something else. Okay, so we're gonna take the basic gray, and these stamps also come in your kit. So we're gonna take the other piece of white. We're also going to get your envelope. When I teach a class, we have a saying, hashtag no naked envelopes. Can't send a naked envelope in the mail. So we're going to do all this stamping at one time. We're going to stamp the flower pot. I'm going to stamp it in the corner. I like to go off the edge a little bit when it's on the interior. And then we're going to stamp it on the envelope. Now, I'm going to show you two-step stamping. You also have, you could color your flowers, but let me show you something easy. I did use another stamp set, stamp color. I used Petal Pink. We're going to ink that up, and now You may see my head because the best way to, with the photopolymer stamps, it's easy to line it up, but it's usually easiest if you're directly over it. So I'm going to try to do this without cutting y'all off. And then you just stamp down. And I did that wrong because I lined it up wrong. But you know what? I'm going to turn it around. I'm going to line it up right. I'm going to line these up. Stamp it. And I think that looks just fine. Now we'll do the one on the inside right the first time. So once again, we line these up. Y'all, I have a trimmer in my hand, so y'all just excuse me, please. It sometimes takes me a little while. There we go. Now, see how good that is when you line them up the right way? So what we're going to do, we're going to take the card we made. We're going to put this on the inside. So now you have your card and you have your envelope and you have increased the value of your paper pumpkin kit. So let me put this away and we're going to talk about, you know, I teased you about what you could do with the March paper pumpkin kit. Problem is, March is no longer available. So you might be asking why. Well, the April paper pumpkin kit will be coming out soon. So, and it's going to contain the supplies to make 8 full-size cards with the envelopes. And the timing of this kit could not be better. It has sentiments that help us tell family and friends how much we care about them. It's perfect for Mother's Day, Father's Day, thinking of you card for your son, your daughter, or your siblings. And one sentiment will say, I'll always be here for you, which is perfect anytime. There's a short video on my Facebook page you can watch to get a little more of a teaser on what it's going to look like. You have until this Friday, April the 10th, to subscribe. So you'll want to be sure to have your kit when I highlight alternates in another video. When you use my April host code to order your subscription, I have a very special treat for you. You're going to receive a special card kit in the mail. This card kit will be coming to you. These are all of the coordinating colors for the pieces that are in the April paper pumpkin. These are all cut, card-based size, and scored, ready for you to go. I'll also include the Whisper White layers for the inside, so you'll have 6 bases with the interiors for your alternates. If you currently are one of my paper pumpkin subscribers, you'll be getting yours in the mail shortly. If you subscribe with a minimum 3-month prepaid subscription, your name's going to go in a drawing. What's going to be in the drawing? All of the cards that I made with the March paper pumpkin kit. And the bookmark, these 2 also. You're going to get all of those. You have to use my host code. You have to subscribe by April the 10th. I'm going to have the drawing on April the 15th when I do my inaugural Facebook Live, so you don't want to miss that. If you've enjoyed our time together, please subscribe to my channel. Just maybe even give me a thumbs up, leave a comment, or share the video with a crafty friend. You can find me at mymotherschechild.com, on Facebook, and on YouTube. All the links are below in the description. Thanks for joining me, and I'll be seeing you soon.